fatal heart impacts, past painful scars. In fact, I blast tasteful bars and pass. I back up my actions, fact don't ask, grab reactions, jacked attack with every word, then act with class as they hear me snap. I got nothing to lose, cause I fought and felt the bruise. Now I'm not the one confused, call the shots and they produce. I ain't lost, I'm finally loose. Pick a new silver excuse, I need the views to boost me to a new abuse of being used. Everybody wants a piece now, y'all can rest in peace now. You're dead to me, so peace out. Remember, you're discreet now. Get ready for defeat now.
Alrighty. Hello everybody. This is Q here, and now, whenever we last left off with this series, we had Deku. Quite a bit of things have happened for him. And, really, it does quite suck. Izuku Midoriya. In the last part, he was rejected from UA because of his stand. Deku, he thought that people within UA might have been able to see his power. There was the incident where they did see it. Deku knows for a fact that that person, they were staring at his hand and they mimicked him. They saw his power, but they said nothing about it. They vanished. Now, Deku, he's currently hiding out in the woods, the place where he usually does do his camping at. And he's still somewhat pissed off and annoyed at UA. His power, it's different, and that's why they rejected him. Deku, he knows for a fact that he is powerful, he is strong. But UA, it's not a place for him. No one else but him can see his power. People, they wouldn't even be able to realize they were being saved by him. And really, Deku, he's starting to get annoyed by this fact. Now, a few hours have gone by, and Bakugo, after Inko was kind of concerned, she'd ask him if he knew where that spot was. And Bakugo being Bakugo, he may not have come out here to spend the night or even really hang out with Deku, but he's been out here before. Deku has given him areas and at least landmarks he can see. Descriptions of the pathways leading there and back. And through following Deku's directions, even whenever the sun was going down, he found it. Now, he does come upon Deku at a campfire, where Deku, he's just sitting there and he's got at least something folded by his leg, while he's sitting on a log. So, this is where you've been. Yeah. I'm just... I just don't want to talk about it. Oh. Is it bad? Did you not get in, or did you get into class 1B or C maybe? No, Bakugo. I didn't get in at all. At least not into the hero course. What? But why not? They can't see it. They miscounted. They didn't pay attention. All the random explosions and tiny bullet holes in the robots. They don't really care about them. How can it be said that it was my power that did it? They don't want to listen to me. That's bullshit. How could they not? I know for a fact it's your power. It's your quirk. You've always been like that. You've always been able to... I know. Bakugo, I just don't know. I'm trying my best to stay calm. But even then, I've kind of already beat myself up about it. I just don't know what to do if I'm not going to be in UA. Now, Deku and Bakugo, they both do just sit there. Bakugo, he's trying to find a way to cheer up his best friend. The two, as kids, yeah, they were at odds. The two, they were friends because they thought they had similar powers. But as Bakugo later learned, because of Deku describing his abilities, Deku's got foot soldiers, he's got tanks, he's got helicopters. Deku, he's very powerful in his own right. Bakugo, he has more physical power because of his firepower. But Deku, he's got more manpower and firepower. If the two were ever to actually come at odds, Deku, he has range, distance, and even in proximity, short range attacks. Deku can literally be an entire hero while sitting on his ass somewhere. Meanwhile, there's Bakugo. If he really wanted to be number one, he'd be more in the limelight. Deku, he wouldn't have a high ranking because of his power, but Bakugo would. The two, they'd still be best friends, though. Yeah, they could both work for the same hero agency, and even if it did come down to it, Deku could possibly be a sidekick. But everything Bakugo keeps thinking about, it wouldn't make Deku feel better about himself. Yeah, he could be a sidekick, but he wants to be a pro hero. He wants to be in the top 10. He just wants to be recognized. But really, that's going to be difficult. Now, Bakugo, after at least trying to give what he can to Deku with words, he does eventually go to leave. Talking about how Deku does need to at least call his mom, since she's pretty worried about him out here. Yeah, maybe. I, um, just forgot to charge my phone. It's dead. Really, asshole? I'll have to call your mom whenever I can get signal. Okay. I'll let them know you're doing fine out here, but if you're gonna stay out here, at least be careful. Hell, I know you'll get a pretty light show tonight with a meteor shower. Hmm? Meteor shower? Yeah, dumbass. Don't tell me you haven't been watching the news recently. Or really even been paying attention. They talked about it. There's supposed to be a meteor shower tonight. Now, Deku is surprised. A meteor shower? There was one a few years ago, but another one? So soon? Isn't it, what, 20, 30 years too soon maybe for another one? I mean, yeah, space is big and huge with all the rocks flying around, but the chances, they've gotta be lower than that, shouldn't they? No. Deku, he does at least spend the night out here, as he is watching the meteor shower overhead pass into view, and he does find it to be oddly relaxing. Meanwhile, we do actually cut over to somewhere. There has been something set up by a particular foundation, and they've been monitoring space. They knew that one day a potential incident would happen. Now, they've been worried about this ever since then. It's been worried that this might happen. They need to make sure to monitor space, make sure that he doesn't come back. They don't exactly know who he is, but his name, it's been simple. It's been stated before. If an incident does arise where these signs do happen, then they need to immediately get back into it. Find who they can. And really, they don't think that they'd be able to handle this threat, especially with these certain programs that this particular foundation does run. No. Even the scientists are stumped by it. Everything that's been described, everything their foundation has found, it's just been unexplainable. The evidence that does back it up, however, it cannot be disputed. Their history, it's not what they think it really is. Man didn't simply just walk and upright and start evolving one day. They may have been like that for longer. Though the evidence they have found does suggest man has been around far longer than people thought. But these people they've discovered, the ruins, the artifacts, they show to be older than man. And really, the Pillar Men, as they're nicknamed, there is one that will return. They don't know how or when, but if he does, they need to be prepared. Now, you do currently have with the meteor shower, where, since I don't need to hide it anymore, something does fall to Earth. Something that has thought to have been lost in deep space, but, through pure circumstance, may have been able to collide with something and get set back right on course for the planet. Now, as the artifact is smashed into the ground of a Japanese forest, it does start to slowly come back. The thoughts, everything else. It will awaken. It will one day emerge. And really, what can people really do against it? Now, Deku he would spend the night out in the forest, as he does head back into town the next day. And after heading home, and at least being a little bit scolded by his mother, she does start to talk to him. There are alternate schools to UA Deku can try to go to. There are many things Deku can try. Certain schools will hold extra applications after UA, since they can probably scoop up some of the people UA has missed. It's quite simple. Everybody wants to go there because heroes go there. That place crafts heroes for the top 10. Massive improvements and strange leaps of power happen here. And everybody, they think it's probably just because of the insane training and because of the teachers, pushing their students to new heights. Now, Deku, he is still concerned about getting this school. UA, yeah. Feeling on it isn't really something you can't put on an application. Yeah, he got to the combat portion, he would have been in general studies, because of his good grades. Good grades. But even then, without UA, it just feels weird. Now, as Deku was sitting down and looking over a few different schools he could possibly go to, he did actually get a call on his phone. As there was whenever Deku, he did go to head out, and go back to that one store he was having make his hero outfit. He picked it up, and even talked to the guy very briefly. The guy was concerned. He wanted to know if this kid really got in, and after at least hearing that Deku failed because of how strange his quirk was, the guy he did feel bad for Deku. He felt like this kid should get in. He's a nice kid, sure he can be arrogant and, kinda weird, but still. He seems nice in his own way. He does show to be somewhat arrogant and cocky, but really that's kinda 'cause he can be. The guy he will let it slide. Now, Deku he does head home and try on his hero outfit. As he does this somewhat feel sad, but at the same time he does also feel excited by it. He got combat boots, and his outfit seems to be a one-piece style suit. He can slip in, or at least probably get it designed to where it does have the pants separate from the shirt. But even then, everything in the front, from what he can tell, does look to be for the looks. There is the fact that his jacket can open out forwards, and he can actually put body armor on the inside of it. However, he does feel like that would be a useless modification for right now. Sure, the armor would be helpful in protecting him, but at the same time, if he's not really going to be front and center combat, body armor might not be the best stance for him. Now, Deku, he's currently standing in his bathroom, and he is at least looking over everything. He feels like he should wear this the next time he goes out. Maybe, at the very least, take it to a different school for application. It would be interesting to see. And, for sure, it is actually kind of cool. Deku's staring at himself in a mirror, and he does actually do one simple thing. He's still a little bit of an All Might fanboy, so he does go to puff out his chest and bring his hands to his hips. As he does a stand there like All Might, and he does go to try and smile. However, he does look at himself. Okay, I feel like my shoulders are too stiff. This stance doesn't feel right either. Now, Deku, he does anything anybody in JoJo would do. Strike a pose. Now, Deku feels like it's kind of funny. He goes to throw his legs out to the left and actually going to throw them apart. Going to bring his hands up as he does just throw them outwards. As if he's trying to bring his hands together down at the middle and fold both of his fingers over each other. Bringing it down to the bottom of his chest, and I'm going to throw them outwards, as if he's going to throw something up in the air. As Deku just stand there for a second like that, and he doesn't try to change it up. Oh, again, and again, and again. As you do actually have Inko, who should go to walk into the bathroom, and she does actually see her son standing there. As Deku, he's just going to holding his hand with, or putting one of his hands in one of his pockets, as he's actually going to point at his finger, or at least point at the mirror like he has a gun in his hand. Before he's actually staying there, he does actually go to turn to his mom. And she does see him as she does going to do one thing. Bring up her phone and click. That is her new background. Now, Deku, he does get embarrassed. However, he does somewhat try to laugh it off. It was pretty cool for a minute. And he's actually starting to think, okay, UA, let's see, what other schools are there? There's one not too far away. If he's correct, Shigechi High School. UA's rival school. They do have certain things for this too. He could try to go back to UA's program, or even go to general studies and try to work his way up from there. But still, for UA, he feels like that would be very wrong. And even then, if Bakugo's going to go for UA, the two, they could go to the rival schools. It would be kind of interesting. Bakugo, yeah, the two are friends, but they still do at least maintain that head-on-head rivalry. So Deku feels like it would be right. Go to Shigechi High, and maybe, just maybe, he can surpass Bakugo and show him that UA may not be all that good. The idea in his head does make sense. If UA rejects him, that's because they can't really see he's that good of a hero. So why not? Oppose UA by going to the rival school. Now, as Deku is actually thinking this, we do actually have at the airport, where somebody, they actually just got off of a plane, and they are going over everything. They are very curious as to everything that has happened. There are many things that have happened in the last couple years, and from the information they've at least gathered over looking through certain items of particular interest, it would appear that Deku's name may have popped up. It's quite a surprise. Almost, what, 13, 14 years ago? Maybe? Someone was looking into this young baby, and they discovered soon afterwards of his powers. So, the person at the airport, they are going over everything in the file, as they do have a picture of the young boy. So this is him. From what they understand, one of their agents saw him, and they've at least confirmed his power. So, the agent here today, they do get into a cab, as they are waiting. They were told everything they need to by their friend, and they were told many things about it. The young boy just tried out for UA and he failed to get in. It's not really out of the ordinary, especially for a stand power. As the man, he's putting his stuff in the back of the cab to sit down. You actually do have where the driver does turn to see the man, as he does see the man's particularly long red hair, his old glasses, the beard he does have, and a set of cherry earrings hanging. He does ask the man exactly where he does want to go. As the old man, he does at least mention he would like to head somewhere in particular, asking if the man does know exactly where this location here would be. The man going to put it down into a GPS, as they do drive away from the airport, as he does look out the window and try to think how to explain the situation to the young boy. Now, with that being said, I do hope you guys enjoyed. Have an amazing day. I'll catch you guys in the next part.